Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It's that Astro Witch, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at what makes you attractive. So I'm going to put this out there first that regardless of what I'm going to say in this video, everyone is attractive in their own right, okay? So this is just kind of going to look into or zoom in on the characteristics that maybe stand out more when people look at you or when people get to know you, like what really stands out and what makes you attractive as a person, okay? So with that said, I took out the Empress cards for the decks that we're going to be using today, and it's kind of like the Queen of Queens. So regardless of how you identify as, this is just going to represent the reading, the energy of the reading. So pile number 1 is going to be using this deck, well, this card from that deck, and I took out some shells in ode to Aphrodite. Yes, so this is a shell, this is the other side. So this is for pile number 1. Pile number 2 will use this deck, and this is the shell. Got some purples in there, I don't know if you can see it, and this is like rock side, I guess. Okay, so this is pile number 2 shell. Pile number 3 will be using this deck, and it's gonna be a coral this time. So instead of a shell, this is a coral. Okay, so as usual, you guys can pause the video if you'd like, take more time to meditate. But when you're ready, you can jump to the description, or you can go to the description box and jump to the timestamps for your reading, and I'll see you guys there. Hi, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So this was the card that you were drawn to, and the shell. So for the shell, I think I'm gonna let me just check. Yeah, I'll put it there. Okay, so again, I just want to put it out there that no matter what I say here, you're still attractive no matter what, and this is just gonna focus in on those particular characteristics that stand out. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves, and let's start with today's reading. We're gonna start by getting oracle cards and then the tarot afterwards. So pile number 1, what are the characteristics that make pile number 1 attractive? What makes pile number 1 attractive? What makes pile number 1 attractive? Oh, and this one, 2. Thank you. Okay, and then one from here. What makes pile number 1 attractive? Oh, that's the one. Thank you. Okay, we'll look at these first, and then we'll look at your tarot cards in a bit. Inspiration with Mercury in Pisces, and fulfillment with Saturn in Sagittarius. Ooh, okay, right away with Mercury in Pisces, I feel like you guys are very you know, when you use your words, you're very smooth with it, and smooth not in suave kind of way. It's just like when you speak, you unknowingly kind of attract people because your language is so I don't know, so dreamy. It's just like, I think when you speak, maybe you write poems, maybe you write stories, but the way that you express yourself is so eloquent. So it's just like very opposite of me right now, not being able to find words. But I feel like you always find ways to maybe even romantically describe things. Like, let's say this candle, maybe you can find so many creative ways to describe it, and I think that's what people really like about you. And I don't know, for some reason I'm seeing this not stand up, it's like when you do poetry in the front, I forgot what you call it, but those kinds of events, I don't know if you're into that, or if you have attended one of those, or if people have seen you in one of those events. But regardless, I'm also drawn to this building here. Makes me think of a school. So I think maybe you also have been seen joining these kinds of clubs at school regarding creative writing or anything creative with communication tied in with it, especially with Mercury with Pisces. And I feel like maybe even your voice, for some reason. I think your voice is also very attractive for some people. It could be very smooth, it could be very light, you know, for if you identify as a female and you have a or if you have like a higher pitched voice, I would say that's better. If you have a higher pitched voice, I feel like that's what people find attractive about you. Maybe you're good at singing as well, but that's like for some. And for others, maybe you have a deep, smooth voice, you know? Okay. Here, with fulfillment, Saturn in Sagittarius, I feel like you really, I think your values, something about your values, like maybe you're very, with moral decisions. I think people like your ethics, your values, and the way that you, what you believe in. For some, maybe it's, I was gonna say your religion, but it's not necessarily that. It's like because you have such a solid foundation of what you believe in, regardless of religion or philosophy. So you could be into that too. Oh, that makes sense now. With this dreamy language and then this deeper knowledge in things, as well as always expanding your knowledge, I think like with maybe you're into philosophy, psychology, some of those social sciences, maybe even law. And I think people, like whenever you argue a point, you always are able to hit it right on the head, of like hit the nail on the head, you know. And I think that's what people find attractive about you. So many qualities already. Let's see. Unity. Oh, I was hearing people pleaser. But I guess in the sense, like, you have, let's see. It's more like you like to bring people together, especially with unity here. Like you don't like arguments. You like everything to be peaceful. So I guess that's why people pleaser just came around. Like if you have that quality, what I was picking up from that was more that you like a harmonious environment. You don't really like friction, or if there is a debate, you don't want it to be too personal. It's more like you're just arguing for the sake, you know, of more like I was gonna say political. It's just arguing, not in a fight, not in a fight type of way, not a quarrel, but making arguments about certain things that you believe in. So whenever, I don't know if you've been in a situation recently where you're just trying to state a point and then someone took it personally, but you're just like, I'm just trying to explain myself or my side of things or different perspectives of the situation, and then they took it personally. So here it's like you don't want things like that to come out of you just stating your opinion. So that's, people like that about you because you're not trying to start fights, you're just stating what you believe in. Very straightforward. Yes. Okay, I actually want to get one more of these just to fill up this gap. Also, one more please. Quality of pile number 1 that makes them attractive. This one. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Core. Oh yes, definitely connected here with you have very deep values that you are able to explain. Because sometimes some people, they just say like, oh yeah, for example, I'm atheist, and then they don't, I'm not saying that they're not right for being atheist. It's like, let's say when you ask them why, it's more like okay, that's not a good example, I can't think of it. Let's say when you like, I don't know, like why do you like something, and then they can't really back it up really, but let's say it's something like that. Some people can't do that, whereas you are able to back up your arguments, your beliefs, your values, and it runs deep. So like, it's not something like, oh, if this person did it, then it's fine, but if this person did it, it's completely not okay. You know, like, you don't have double standards like that. You see things very objectively and for what it is. Yes. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But let's see some more. What makes pile number 1 attractive, please? What makes pile number 1 attractive? You guys have to let me know if this is like ringing true to you guys, because it's so interesting. Thank you. Okay, that one. Justice. Can we just see the way that you guys like are very fair with like seeing things objectively? Like, it's not that you are completely disconnecting from your emotions, but because you know when to be rational, and you know when it's like when following your heart is what to do, you know? Just very fair Libra energy here. So let's see. Took out a bunch of cards. I didn't even see if it was more than enough. Justice. The Devil. Interesting. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I realize that won't fit unless we try very hard. Okay, it will. The Moon. You've got major arcana cards here. Oh my god. Pisces. The Emperor. Oh my gosh. You have a very, like, I feel like, hold on. I was gonna say, I feel like you guys, maybe there's this kind of energy that maybe maybe you are quite popular with people because of these qualities, but at the same time you don't boast about it. It's like you're doing you, and then people just notice you. It's like a huge thing when, like, maybe, I don't know if you've had this experience when you enter people's lives, and whether it's a romantic sense, platonic, like, you just notice that they tend to change. Maybe they mirror you more. So that's what I was trying to say, is that you guys have such strong personalities that it rubs off on other people. Strength. Oh my gosh, look. Major Arcana cards. I swear, I shuffled this, okay? I shuffled this really well. Page of Pentacles, okay. The Hanged Man. You have 2 more cards. This is the first time I've had like 99% Major Arcana cards. So let's see. You got Justice, the Devil. So here with Justice, especially next to Fulfillment and Saturn energy, that's what I was saying, that there's fairness, especially when it comes to your belief. You are fair. Maybe you're even in the law enterprise. You're in the field of law. With Emperor, you are a leader, definitely. Like I said, it's like big leadership energy, but it's very natural. There's some natural thing about you. Or these are actually, I'm picking up for some of you guys, these are qualities that you have to tap into still. Some of these you want to embody, but you haven't tapped into them yet. I don't know if there is, because here with the Devil, there is some kind of like, maybe above strength. I think you are kind of doubting yourself that you are able to do all of like, you're able to be this person that you want to be. With the Emperor here, I think you're quite soft-spoken. I think that's why with the people pleaser, that's why it came out. Yes, with the people pleaser, I think you are afraid to put yourself out there because you don't want to rock the boat, you know? You don't want to, because the water's so steady. You don't want to mess the water right now. Like, you don't want to cause any friction among your team members or your family members. So you just keep quiet. And that's why people like you so much in that sense too. Now, I'm not saying that once you speak up, people are not going to like you. I'm just saying that there are, you know, the soft-spoken people and then the ones who can really stand up for themselves. Both are attractive, okay? In this way, I'm seeing for this part, you are attractive because there are some people who really like these soft-spoken people who don't really speak up about certain things. But in this way, I'm also telling you, like your guides are telling you too, that even if you step up to the plate and you start speaking your truth, that doesn't make you less attractive. It's also gonna boost your attractiveness in any case, because you're able to speak up, say what you want, and communicate your feelings. Especially here, I see now, you can change it. With Pisces being a mutable energy, you are able to change that thing about you. Just because you have been soft-spoken for the majority of your life doesn't mean you can't change that about you. Okay, so hold strong in your beliefs, because you can be a leader, like the leader you want to be. You just have to plant that seed. Here with the Page of Pentacles, this is the messenger telling you that there is success in this, like just pursuing this, these qualities. Okay, with the Moon and the Hanged Man, you have to look at things in a different perspective as well. Let's say deep down inside, you can, because here with the Hanged Man, it's looking at things in a different perspective, also more objectively. Okay, and then with the Moon, Pisces here, Pisces energy, you can tap into your intuition, connect with your guides as well, and maybe this reading itself is gonna help you see things in a different light, and maybe plan ahead of what's the next thing you're gonna do here with the Wheel of Fortune. Because like things can change, mutable energy, things can change. There are times you can be soft and times when you have to speak up. You don't always have to stay in that here upside down. You don't have to stay in one position for so long. Everything will change, and it's all about planting that seed so that you can bring in those qualities to, if you are trying to work on making yourself more attractive. It's not just in a physical way, but these are soft qualities, soft skills that people want to be able to see as well. It's not just, can you do this, you know, in a job description when they're like, okay, you should be able to use, I don't know, Microsoft or Google Suite, things like this. It's not just the technical things, but also like the other skill, like leadership skills and being able to work in a team, being able to work under pressure, you know, things like that. So even in a romantic sense, it's not just the physical body, but also the mind, the spirit, you know, the heart, the soul, kind of connecting with your inner self. So don't let your fear hold you back from being who you want to be, or adopting more qualities that make a person attractive, adopting more qualities that make a person attractive. Okay, so if you want to be more of a leader, you can look up a bunch of videos on YouTube that teach you leadership skills, and then you can just put that into practice. Don't be shy, because once you plant that seed, the ball will start rolling. Like you're gonna be able to, well, in this case, the wheel will start rolling, and then your path going. So let's say it's like a car, your path, you're gonna start moving towards this leader energy. Okay, yes. Okay, let's look at these two cards. Ooh. 7 of Pentacles. Look from this one, and then 7, definitely the effort you've put in. And the 3 of Cups. Put in the effort and you're gonna find like-minded people. There is this one part of the book Atomic Habits that I've seen. It was, I mean, that I read. It was like you put yourself in an environment that just kind of promotes this kind of skill or these kinds of characteristics. So let's say the example used in the book was about how there was this family that really wanted their children to succeed in chess. Okay, so then they just started putting chess boards in the house, and then they taught them a lot about the history of chess and then the famous people in chess. They helped them join a bunch of competitions, and then they became like super successful at such a young age. So I think it was about how children are not born geniuses, or are not only born geniuses, they can be trained to be. So in this, when people were asking the girls, like the children, how it felt like to be so good at chess, or like what did they do, and everything that they were explaining just seemed so normal to them. So let's say you wanted to be good at chess, create your environment and space in a way that just it encourages you to live the life like how you want. Let's say the people that you want to be, surround yourself with people like that, because you are the people that you surround yourself with. Okay, so let's say you want to be a leader, you start following a bunch of leaders on social media if that's what you want to do, or you join some courses where people are also learning these leadership skills. So once you start with that one seed, and then it's gonna start growing, and then you will start seeing all this. But you have to remember that just because you're not completely there yet, maybe you are still afraid of speaking in front of a crowd of 100, but if you're able to speak in front of 5 people, I mean, that's still a win, right? Compared to you not being able to speak in front of a crowd at all. So always remember, along the way, it's not just about the end goal, but the progress that you're making during, in the journey. So you have to keep that in mind. Ooh, pile number 1. Those were your qualities that make you attractive. It was so nice to see. Don't be afraid, okay? Like, stay strong. I know it's sometimes easier said than done, but always find people who can support you. These are the steps that you need to take to be able to bring in more of those qualities that you want to embody, okay? Pile number 1, that was your reading. Thank you so much for letting me read your energy. Thank you for sticking with me through another reading, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day or night whenever you're watching this. As usual, I'll see you again next time for another reading, but for now, take care. See you. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So this was the card that you were drawn to, and this was the shell. Okay, we're gonna put this here, and I wanted to put this out there again, that no matter what I say in this reading, you are still attractive in your own right. Okay, so this is just gonna zoom into the qualities that really make you stand out among others. And let's see, so pile number 2, what makes pile number 2 attractive, please? We're gonna start by getting some oracle cards first, and then we're gonna pick some cards from the tarot deck afterwards. What makes pile number 2 attractive? Thank you. Okay, and then here, what makes pile number 2 attractive, please? What makes pile number 2 attractive? Thank you. Okay, so start with this one. Secrets. Oh, Venus in Scorpio. And Sun in Leo with Fortune. Okay, the candle is dying out, but I think it's gonna stay for a while. But okay, I'm gonna take out these cards first before I start speaking. Fragments. Oh, very connected with secrets. And revolution. I was gonna say that right away after picking out these cards, or after seeing these cards, this one with Venus in Scorpio, I feel like one of the qualities that make you stand out from people is that I think you are either, like, one of them I was hearing is that you're very mysterious. Like, people like that you don't talk too much, it's more like there are people who like talkative people, and there are people who prefer mysterious ones. And I feel like that's what draws people towards you, is that you seem very mysterious. Maybe you're not as secretive as people think you are, but you just look like it. I think this is more physical, one of the qualities. The other is that you're very good at keeping secrets, or that you like to get to know people in a deeper level as well. So let's say if you were ever romantically connected with someone, or romantically involved with someone, you like to get to know all their quirks, all their secrets, their past, and then you keep that safe within the relationship. You're not someone who just starts, throwing it around to other people, because I mean, there are people like that. But in this case, I feel like you are the person who just respects people's boundaries, and also you like to always get to know people and things in a deeper level. You also have very strong values that that people like about you. Just for example, if you say that this is right and this is wrong in different situations, that will always remain true. It's not like you change your mind because of just because someone's attractive and you're just like, oh, never mind, I'm gonna make this pass, things like that. So they like that you have strong values, and also especially with the way that you can keep secrets, and also the depth that you want to connect with people all the time. So maybe, I don't know if you felt like some people fall really hard for you really quickly, but then you didn't really do anything to try and attract them. It's because the way that you connect is like on such a deep level. I think that people are able to open up to you a lot and easily as well. And yeah, so I think that's something that people like about you, is that they can connect with you so deeply, even if you seem so mysterious. Here with Fortune, I feel like with Sun and Leo, you stand out. I think you're quite popular. This is a little bit similar to the previous reading, but here I feel like you really stand out. You're physically, I think, like you have some features. I'm seeing the eyes here. I think your eyes are very striking. So you could have really bright eyes, or you could have very special shaped eyes, very big eyes, or even like cat eyes with Leo. So those are some physical traits that I'm seeing here. I think because this is so much more like a physical reading that I'm sensing, I think maybe people are attracted to you physically as well. Maybe some people have said that to you. And so yeah, these are some of the qualities here. With fragments, I was seeing because I was connecting this to secrets, that you are able to connect to people so deeply and keep their secrets together, like within your relationship or friendship. But then right away when I was about to say that, I was hearing like breaking down. So I think you don't show when you are falling apart. So that's why people see that, so like they find you mysterious, maybe, is that they don't know so much about you, but you just give them bits and pieces here and there. And maybe that's what people like as well, is that you just not in a manipulative sense, it's just like you don't overshare. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, okay? It's just like here I'm just picking up that you don't really share so much, so then when people get to know you, they feel honored, because they like, not a lot of people know you so much, on a deeper level. Here, the picture, oh my god, do these pictures connect? No, they don't. They just connected at the bottom. That's why I'll show you. We're gonna digress a little bit. Look at that. It was like this. Of course, like part of this bird is missing, but this one was connecting right into this like leafy vine thing, and then this made a circle. So maybe that's one thing. You guys see the details. You pay attention to the details of things. That's why it's like you dive deeper into things. So people like you remember the details about someone. Yes, that's one quality. It's just like maybe small things that people mention, that, for example, maybe one thing they don't like to do is I don't know, something that doesn't stand out so much. Maybe they like to, the way they like to push their glasses up on their nose is like, maybe, there are people who like to push it at the bridge, like right in the middle of the glasses, and the others who like to hold the sides and then move it up. Things like that, like very small things, like the quirks of people. You pay attention to that, and that's what people admire about you, is that maybe people have said, oh, you remember that? I didn't know you remembered that about me, you know, things like that. Oh, I feel so giddy just thinking of that. That's really nice. That's a nice quality to have, is when people remember the small things that you mentioned. Okay, so here with revolution, I feel like this is also like because here I was seeing it with fortune too, like how what goes up will come down, but what is down will also come up. So it's more like you kind of have this where you maybe you don't share so much, that you whenever you don't feel so well mentally, emotionally, but you know that things are going to be okay. And I think the fact that you're able to pick yourself back up afterwards is, I think even if people don't know when specifically, they know that people have bad days. And the fact that you're able to carry yourself out there afterwards, or even during, the way that you carry yourself is what people admire. They're like, oh, you wouldn't have thought that she cried 5 hours last night, right? You know, things like that. It's just like the way that you're also able to encourage people. So you're someone who knows what okay, so let's say you pay attention to what brings certain people down, and then you cheer them up because you know what makes them tick. So then you use that in the sense that you guide them and encourage them. So maybe a lot of people go to you, but I'm also hearing that it can be tiring. That could be causing a lot of your breakdowns as well, because maybe you're highly sensitive, especially with Scorpio energy. That could be like a sensitive sign. So just want to remind you guys to also give some time and space for yourself, so that you don't absorb too much of that energy. And you know, I'm hearing you could, if you have a therapist, you could talk about that with your therapist as well, because it's something like carrying all that is not healthy as well. So you can be out there helping people, but you also have to make sure you are taking care of yourselves. Okay? Wow, lots of qualities right at the beginning already, just like the previous reading. So let's see some more qualities. What makes pile number 2 attractive? What qualities make them attractive, please? Ooh. Okay, that one flipped. Oh, the devil. This one also showed up in the previous reading. Okay. What makes pile number 2 attractive? What makes pile number 2 attractive, please? Okay. My dog. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Very loud. The back cards want to show. And this one. Oh, actually, okay, fine. So many. Okay, enough. Thank you. I think they want to explain a lot of things. Okay, let's see. You have the devil. Strength. The lovers. Oh, look at that. You have major arcana cards. Okay. The magician. Look at that. We can move this a bit more. Can do it like this. Okay. Ace of Swords. We're gonna have a bunch of cards here. Page of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Look at that. King of Swords. Very big energy here. 5 of Cups. And last one for this round is 10 of Pentacles. Okay, we have 4 more. We're going to lay those out in a bit. Okay, let's move this down. So, now again. Oh, I'm hearing for some of you guys, like, that's why I was picking up a lot of physical traits here is because I think you guys do not see that. I don't know if you've had some childhood trauma or some past how do I say, past experiences that made you think negatively of yourself physically, that you cannot like, you don't necessarily believe that you are physically attractive. And I think taking compliments from people maybe has been difficult as well, and picking up for some of you. For some, I'm hearing that maybe you have a lot, like they're trying to remind you to be careful of being vain as well. Of course there is this I'm not saying that you're not allowed to love yourself. It's like to the point that maybe it will harm people. Let's say if for example, if you are talking to someone and then they're opening up to you about something, and then you just unknowingly say, oh yeah, I get what you mean because I also had something like that, you know, like, so be careful about the way that you talk to people as well, or like the way you present yourself to someone, because maybe they're trying to tell you to listen to them, especially here with secrets, how you're a good listener and you like listening to people. It's that when someone's talking about themselves, try not to put yourself there, because this is kind of about them. So it sounds harsh. I'm not trying to sound hard on you. It's just like, just reminding for some of you guys, if you have this tendency and you maybe notice that you tend to put yourself in the situation and then make it about you a little bit, like, sometimes people can do that without realizing, okay? It doesn't mean that you're doing it on purpose, but it's good to pay attention if you are doing that, and try and adjust those things so that we can focus more on the people who are talking, okay? Another, for those of you who are insecure, there are people, I mean, like, there's physical proof that people are attracted to you. I think there are people who show that they're attracted to you, especially with lovers, but then maybe you don't really see it that way, because you're like, oh, but maybe they're just being kind. Why would they do that for me? Like, they won't like me in that way. No way. Like, me and them, they're like out of my league, or I'm out of their league. Yeah, but that's not true. Like, you have to be able to see things. I mean, like, your guides are telling you that your physical looks is not everything there is as well. They're reminding you that yes, you are attractive. Like, regardless of whether you see it or not, you have so many other qualities that make you attractive. So why would you think that you're not? You know, just because, of course, in today's society, there are a bunch of influencers on social media that have a particular kind of beauty that they're portraying. And then again, for some of them, they still have to edit those photos. I mean, you've heard this time and time again, but this is reminding you that it's not always about physical looks. And even when people compliment you on your qualities, you don't believe it, but you just have to. You're not gonna lose anything. You have tamed, look, I'm hearing you've tamed the beast. But see how this little girl is stepping into the jaw of this beast. Into the jaws of this beast. It's like she knows that it's not gonna hurt her, and she just probably has to, I don't know, pick up something inside. So the point is that, oh, I'm also hearing, the point is that even if people talk bad about you, you can't always wallow in that insecurity, because it's not gonna get you anywhere. Life is short. You can be insecure, not trust people's compliments, and just like feel sorry about the way that you look or the way that you are. But what's that gonna do, right? It's not gonna do anything, because let's say you go for a job opportunity and then you don't trust that you are capable of doing something that they're asking of you. So then you don't go for that opportunity, and then you don't get that promotion. You know, let's say they were offering this promotion and then you are required to do a lot of things. So when you say, oh, actually, I don't see that I'm successful enough to be able to step up to this new position, and I don't think I can do it, I'll just pass. Maybe next time when I'm more ready. You know, things like that. It's just like, you'll be missing on opportunities because of insecurity, and it's all about stepping out of your comfort zone, stepping out of it so you can expand it, so that you are more comfortable with a lot of things. So I think the first thing that they want to remind you is to start just saying thank you for compliments. You don't have to start saying like, oh no, that's not true, you are pretty, you know, things like that. It's just like, just say thank you, you are pretty too, you know, things like that. Just like accept compliments that people are giving you, and that's where you can start. Because that's once you start changing the way that you see yourself, especially with magician here, you change your reality. You change your mind, and then you'll change your reality, because the way that you perceive reality is just, I mean, it will either limit you or it will provide you so many opportunities. Okay, so if you believe that you are not capable of, I don't know, writing a report, okay, then you will not join this, you will not accept the offer that will require more reports, and then you will not get that promotion. That's just an example. So if you believe that you're able to do it, even if you're not necessarily the best, when you believe that you're able to do that, you will subconsciously or unconsciously work towards embodying that thing. So embodying that quality. So what they're telling you is that just take opportunities, do not let them slip by, because there is one that's coming your way. Could be with I feel like it's more with career, also with ideas. If you have a new idea that but you feel that you are not good enough to do it, do not believe that, because you will always be capable of doing it. You will, if you see that let's say if you want to start a YouTube channel, but then you just feel like, oh, but I don't think I would be so good. I mean, it starts with one video, and then, I mean, you look at all the other channels, and then they always have that first video that is not the same as their 100th video. Is because they learn ways that work for them. Like, yes, you could learn from other channels, but in the end, you're gonna build something that's more comfortable for you, okay, more that represents you. So don't let that slip just because you're not sure or insecure about yourself, because there are skills you can develop along the way reaching that goal. Here with the Knave of yes, here Page of Pentacles and King of Pentacles, it's like they're reminding you that this brings success. There is success coming your way, but you're not seeing that. Look, not looking towards this King of Pentacles. So there's potential here. You just need the strength to take that first step. Okay, with King of Swords, yes, take this ace, but do not shove it in your chest like this king. So do not use that. Use it to your advantage. Do not use that to self-sabotage. You have this idea, do not shut yourself down before you even try to do it. So let's say in that example of a YouTube channel, okay? Don't even like dismiss the thought without trying first, especially if you really want to go for it. With Five of Cups, there are some things that you have walked away from that maybe you regret, and I think you know which ones I'm talking about, because after I've been talking about this, maybe it has been ringing true. But if you keep doing this, there will be opportunities that you will miss, or that you have already, and you can already maybe you're already feeling the after effects of missing an opportunity that you really want to go after. So they're reminding you that there is still success along the way. It doesn't mean that you failed completely. There are still cups for you to, there are still chances, there are still opportunities on the road ahead of you. Don't give up, okay? So let's look at the next, because with the Five of Cups here, that's like feelings of loss. But if you wallow in those feelings of loss, then you will not be able to work towards opportunities that will bring you the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So focus on what you can improve now to work towards the person that you want to be. And use this to your advantage, because especially, okay, because there was the YouTube example. If some of you guys are thinking of becoming influencers, there's a chance that you could. So it's all about putting the effort into that, okay? The Chariot, so put it here. Three of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Star. Look, Star, wish come true. So, oh, my nose is so itchy. Hold on. Don't know if this is resonating with you guys. That's why it's so itchy. But anyway, the Chariot. The way, okay, so the Chariot is kind of reminding you here. So these are your next steps. It's like the way you go about the situation is going to determine your path. There are, make sure that you, because look, you have the tiger and the fox. They could be going after different things, right? So you have them on a chariot and then you'll just kind of go all sorts of ways. But try and just, you know, like, let's say a workout plan. Some people have a hard time starting a workout plan just because they're trying to find the best workout plan. But you can just, the point is you have to start. Okay, so here you just have to start, and then you'll notice maybe which way you prefer going. Do you want to follow the path the tiger is going, or the fox? Maybe you prefer this. So you just have to try. I'm not saying you try two at a time. You could, but I'm just saying just try whatever you see. Let's say if it's a workout video and you're just like, okay, I think I want to try this. Then you try it, and then you're just like, oh, I actually don't like it. Then you find another one that's recommended on YouTube, you know? So things like that. You will find your way along the way. So it's all about starting. And with the Three of Cups here, it's something you will be celebrating once you make that first step. I feel like you're gonna have that, why didn't I start this sooner? And it's okay, because you will learn from that, and also make sure you're taking care of yourself, because once you start this, maybe you will have this rush to continue and not stop, but always make sure you're taking care of yourself with the Queen of Cups. Don't let yourself go after that. Like, don't forget your needs and that you need to rest as well, because with rest comes, I mean, the slow periods is what counts. Let's say before a business has become successful, it's the small details, you know, like taking care of the minor details in the company before it, and then it suddenly became a huge deal, you know? Or like working out. It's not about working out nonstop. It's about taking breaks so that your muscles can fix themselves, and then you can work again optimally the next time. So here with the Star, there's just, I think they're trying to remind you here that there's so many possibilities here. Whatever dream you have, but then you doubt your qualities, that's possible. It's all about taking that first step and then working towards building up those qualities. Okay, so pile number 2, those were your qualities that attract people, or that make you attractive. I hope this was helpful, and I hope well, thank you first. Thank you for letting me read your energy. Thank you for sticking with me for another reading. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed. So trust yourself, because I trust you. I trust that you can do this, okay? So I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day or night whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you next time for another reading. But for now, take care. See you. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So this was the card that you were drawn to, and this was the coral that you were drawn to. So we'll put this here, and yeah. So I'm gonna say this again. Regardless of what I say in this reading, you are still attractive in your own right, no matter what. Okay. So we're gonna start by getting some oracle cards, and then we're gonna continue into your tarot afterwards. Okay. Ready? I hope you guys have been taking care of yourselves, and let's start. What does pile number 3, what makes pile number 3 attractive, please? Like I said, I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves and you're resting well. Okay. Ooh, okay. Whoa, 3. Okay. 3 cards. Thank you. And here, what makes pile number 3 attractive? One more. Or maybe one is enough. Thank you. So here you have expectation. Oh, I'm hearing you exceed people's expectations of you. Maybe, like, I don't know if you've heard that, oh, I didn't expect you were like that. In a good way, you know, it's just like, oh, I didn't expect that you like this thing. Or so it's like people, like the way you look is completely opposite from what people expect. That's what makes you attractive. One of them, one of the qualities. Achievement, Sun in Capricorn, you're very hardworking. Also, maybe the path that you were working towards, like career or ambition, it's just like people didn't expect that you would like things like that. Charity. I mean, these qualities are already saying itself, right? Saturn in Cancer with charity. You like to help the people in need. And companionship. Look at that. Moon in Libra. You're very people-oriented. Okay, we're going to get one more to fill the gap. What makes pile number 3 attractive, please? This one, thank you. So I feel like maybe you guys are working in healthcare too, because I'm hearing like doctors or nurses, also in the social system. Does that make sense? No. Justice? No. Like the people in hospitals who need help, like psychiatry as well. Okay. Motion. On to the next. I'm hearing. I'm hearing go with the flow as well. You're not so, you don't freak out if something doesn't go your way, because you always find a way to move past it. That's what people like about you, is that you always find a way to, adhere. It's not adhere. It's like to overcome obstacles. And even if something slows you down, you don't stop. You're always moving. Oh, I'm hearing for some of you, even the fact that you can travel a lot, maybe people like, or maybe they're even a little bit jealous, but only in a nice way. Like they're a little jealous that you're able to travel a lot. So for some of you guys, if you're traveling a lot, that's a sign. But they like that you're able to, some of you guys maybe are even exploring different fields in career. So that's moving around in that sense. But the fact that you're exploring is what people like about you. You can like, you're open-minded, and you do not close yourself or shut yourself into this box, only exploring certain things. I think you have expanded your comfort zone, so then that's why people didn't expect that you could be like this. Maybe they thought you were like an extrovert, but then turns out you're more introverted. So things like this. And maybe you liked one field, but then you started exploring a bunch of fields. So because of that, you've made so many different kinds of friends. And that's probably something people also didn't expect from you, is that you have friends from different backgrounds, and they're just like, you guys are so different though. I didn't expect that you could be friends with people like that. So that's one thing. It's from your passion to help people that you have met so many people along the way. Pile number 3. This is so nice. Okay, let's see. What makes pile number 3 attractive, please? What other qualities make them attractive? Woo! What other qualities make pile number 3 attractive? This one, probably, we'll find out later. Okay. Thank you. We'll get some more if we need. I think this is enough. Okay. It's upside down. Okay. 4 of Cups. The devil showed up in all 3 piles. So there is still something you're working on. I'm seeing right away that maybe you do not feel satisfied. That's why you keep moving around. So people think that, like, people admire that about you, but it's something that you are not exactly satisfied with. It's not something you're proud of, because you just want to be able to settle in one field, for example. But then you can't seem to find something that's truly calling you. Knight of Wands, yes, exactly. one of the faster moving knights here. Tends to be reckless with decision making, maybe because of trying to pursue something that's like your true calling. True calling, right? The Fool. Beginnings. Always starting again. Maybe that's not something you're proud of, but it's divinely guided. Let's just lay out the cards first. It's all happening at once. Ace of Pentacles. We'll just put one more. Four of Pentacles. These other two we'll look at in a bit. These will be like ways that you can move past this. Let's just look at your situation right now. There is dissatisfaction here. I'm sensing something like, I'm not saying that you're completely dissatisfied. It's like you enter a field, you are satisfied, but it's not that deep satisfaction that you are looking for, like that true calling that everyone keeps talking about. You're helping others, you are doing what you thought you wanted, but then you're just not sure if it is. And because of that, maybe you have quickly went around to explore other things. Sorry. And so, but then your guides are telling you that this is a lesson that you are learning along the way, and your lessons come from your beginnings, especially with the Fool in motion. It's just a matter of watching your step before you run, because this Knight of Wands is a speedy knight, and sometimes he might not look at what's ahead before jumping into things. So in order to just kind of, I'm hearing like not waste time. So let's say if you have been exploring different fields in career, in studies, whatever it is. Oh, I'm hearing for some of you guys, even if it's a partner, try to make a list first, or not even a list, but make sure that you can identify what it is that you are looking for, so that you are not mindlessly wandering around, you know. Let's say in the case of a relationship, because with the Lovers card here, for some of you guys it could be how you are pursuing a partner. But the thing is, let's say you have had partners in the past and it just doesn't bring you, like, you don't feel like they're marriage potential if that's what you are going for. Let's say in this situation you'd like to get married, okay? In this case, you are you are looking for marriage material, right? But then what the situation is here is that maybe you feel like it doesn't work out so well, and then you start running, and then you start looking for the next one, and you just keep moving around partners. But then your guides are telling you that instead of wasting time moving around partners, you could just like identify what it is that you really want in a partner, so that when you get to know them better, you can already filter out the people who you might potentially want to date again, or the ones that you can just pass, you know? So with this, your guides are telling you that there are lessons to learn with every relationship, every field of study, every career move that you have made that maybe didn't make sense to you. Every one of those has had impact on you, experientially or no matter what kind of way. There has been changes in the way that you think, in the way that you approach life, in the way that you make your next move. All of that has influenced you, and it's all about seeing it in that way instead of seeing it as time wasted. Yes, now I see it. You have to, it's more about reflecting so that you can learn from these not mistakes, but learn from the past, not see them as mistakes, and being careful when you charge, so that, because you still have that drive, that passion, that energy, they're not telling you to just slow down and just kind of burn out the flame. It's more like look ahead, be careful, and also just put all those details together of what you really want in a partner, in a career, so that you can find that one opportunity that will just make you feel like you've got it all. Okay, let's see at the last two cards. Look, Charity here. Six of Pentacles and Nine of Swords. So I think the next step is not to linger on the past that you feel was wasted time. It's not wasted time, because now you have all that experience in order to put it towards people, maybe going forward in a relationship putting more energy into people that you realize align more with who you are as a person, or putting more energy into a career or a field that you believe aligns with your values. Okay, sorry, I kicked plastic, but the point is, you have so many qualities here, and do not think that time was wasted or energy was wasted because of this. It will only be energy wasted if you see it that way. But if you just put yourself in the mindset of being able to give more to those people who are worth your time, or fields that are worth your energy, then you'll be able to proceed into finding that Ace of Pentacles, that card that will sow the seed towards success. And then you'll be able to reserve your energy, reserve money, even reserve your energy from things that do not align or resonate with you anymore. Okay, pile number 3. That was your reading. Just checking if we are still rolling. And yeah, so slow down. You guys are reminding you that life comes with things that we consider mistakes, but they always shape us into who we are. And the fact that you are still willing to explore, willing to move to the next, that's also something that makes you attractive. Okay, so I think here, instead of, yes, they're trying to, that's why this reading is more like reminding you what qualities you already have, or that you also have that you don't notice. You have achieved so much. People see you as a very successful successful individual, also among your friends and family. But you have to stop running mindlessly. Like, you have to have a goal so that you do not continue wandering about without knowing what exactly you're doing. And then, so in order for you to really take that next step forward, is to be goal oriented. You know how I said that you go with the flow? That's one thing that people like about you. Just because you change your character, like change the way that you are, and decide that you want to be more organized, doesn't make you less attractive. So all these things attract certain people, and all the other things that you have yet to become will attract different kinds of people, and that's okay, because it's all about who you want to attract into your life. So be that kind of person, and those are the qualities that will make you attractive as well, because people that you want to attract will be attracted to, people like, what's it, like attracts like, same thing. Like, sometimes people say opposites attract, but it's only maybe in a physical way, when people don't see that they would match, but then they have very similar qualities. So it's all about that. The people that you want to attract into your life, you have to exude that kind of energy too, and I feel like that's what you've been doing. But this one, I would say that you can try being more organized and more goal oriented, and see where that takes you. Okay, so pile number 3, that was your reading. Thank you so much for letting me read your energy. Thank you for sticking with me through another reading, and I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day or night whenever you're watching this. I'll see you next time for another reading, but for now, take care. See you. Bye.